Hi-ho, EDCI 702 Fayetteville cohort. It is Dr. Palermo with your instructional message for week 8 of the semester. I am Zooming with you from the Critical Questions in Education Conference in Savannah, the Perry Lane Hotel. I submit this as video evidence of my being slack and not reading all of your posts from last week yet. I will catch up today or tomorrow sometime soon. I enjoyed our time together in Fayetteville last weekend. I trust that everyone arrived home safely before Sunday night's rain. It poured in Pittsburgh at my house. I hope again that you were off the road before that was happening in your neck of the woods. This week, we are continuing some of the work that was done over the weekend, and especially focusing on applying writing to your evidences. So I hope it's very practical work for you. Please check the APA tip for the week. You are going to cite some things like professors' PowerPoints, and it will give you a tip about how to use correct APA style when you're citing other things besides books and articles. Two posts here, please, this week. One, a discussion board, but it is really a way to say how you are facilitating collaboration in use of the evidences. So if you will write this up for the CNAB, FCEP, PEA, please write it in such a format that you can share it here and tell us what you're doing, and others. You do not need to respond to others on this, but it might be instructive for others to see what you're doing, and that might set some light bulbs off for others. But write this in such a format that you can then cut and paste it into your CNA, CNA or some other document, please. How are you collaborating with others? How are you leading others? What document might you be using? Are you using Meeting Wise or one of the other protocols from the resources in order to lead others in that discussion? Again, conform to APA style and then use that in your evidence work, please. Maybe you're using the SWOT to lead an analysis for your OA. Show how you're collaborating and then write that into the section for your collaboration. I am asking you to please submit the beginning portion of your CNA to me for some formative feedback this week, and I promise I will get those to you and give you feedback before the weekend on that stuff, or as soon as you post it for me to read. I'm going to try to turn those around fast so that you can keep working on those. And that's the big deal, folks. Right now, it is week 8, and you need to keep working. You'll see that next week is a week off in terms of spring break. We had to schedule it somewhere. I hope that that is a week that you can take advantage of, again, in terms of your writing. I hope that you're meeting with your data teams, whatever you call that now, and that you're doing that weekly to collaborate and get the work done and keeping the writing going. I did move a bunch of things around for last weekend and closed some of the discussion board posts. Carrie, please tell me if I need to adjust my grade book in order to close things there. If stuff is not all closed the way it should be, then it's usually instructor error. But one thing that I did want you to, I was hoping that we would have time to address last weekend and did not, is this discussion board post on leading adult learning mentoring. Many of you did respond to this. A couple had not, and again, I had moved it so it wasn't in your week 7 content last week. Would you please, if you have not already, address this in week 7 about mentoring? What kind of mentoring is going on at your place? What's working well? What would you like to see improved? And then at least post that so I can see what's going on at your place. I hope that'll be a springboard for others in their presentations. And oh, by the way, we will have presentations on mentoring and collegial inquiry when we meet again April 6th for our 3rd face-to-face. That's all for this week, week 8. And again, you'll see the spring break is coming up in week 9, when you will have uninterrupted time to work on your writing. So analyze your data, work on those rubrics, work the work this week and next week, and write to me if you have questions. It's week 8. We're halfway through. Keep plugging, please, and chew that elephant one bite at a time. Have a great week.